Yes, guys. Big up, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. And big up everyone who just came over from Match Show on the Big Up channel as well. We just had an amazing watch long over there full of laughs and that. So, I hope everyone's doing well. And we've got a lot to talk about. And before we start, though, make sure you smash the like button early, subscribe, share, all that beautiful stuff because we are going to talk about Alexander Isak and the rumours circulating around right now for this player. Um, what I will say um, before we start, make sure, as I said, you hit the like button because it does help the channel grow. 10,000 subscribers is my goal. We're on like almost 7,500 right now, so we are going to get there. But the quicker we get there is by hitting that like button. That's what helps YouTube algorithm. So smash that like button if you can. I'd appreciate it. Also, big up Black Prince in the chat. Big up Alex. Big up RNI. Big up JLFC. Big up Double A N 90 in the house. Ash and all that. Mickey. I will be doing a call-in show on Friday night as well, I believe. So people that have been wanting that call-in show, it will happen Friday night for you guys to come in and have your say on everything Liverpool related, the summer transfer window, whatever you want to chat about. That'll be open on Friday evening. Tomorrow night, for anyone who wants to know, and I hope I see you all there tomorrow night because I'd love it. It's Vibes with Coppish tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. on my Big Up channel. Obviously, a lot of you guys already know what Big Up is. You're over there already. With either subscribing to my channel, Matt's channel, Drifty's channel, or to just Coppish's channel over on that Big Up. We are going to be live there tomorrow with a full house. Me, Drifty, Matt, and Cal all together under the same roof doing the Vibes with Coppish show 10:30 tomorrow night. It's going to be an amazing show. I hope you're all there. I want to try and make it a record-breaking Vibes with Coppish show tomorrow. That is the goal. So I want you to make sure you're subscribing to Big Up, coming over, enjoying the show because it's the only place you can see it. And then on Friday, as I said, we've got a call-in show. It should be Flow Friday as well because Lauren Verts should officially sign on Friday as well. So lots to look forward to. But today, we're just going to talk about Alexander Isak. It's not going to be a long video, guys, maybe 45 minutes, something like that, because, I've got to get the kids to bed and stuff. So just a quick one. But I want to talk to you guys about Alexander Isak. And as Sean says here, big up JLC moving like winners that we are. So obviously this Isak stuff has come. We sort of spoke about it yesterday, guys. We sat in last night talking about Alexander Isak as a transfer that might happen for Liverpool Football Club this summer. There's a lot of ifs and buts about that transfer. And today, Ben Jacobs breaking the news earlier, that Liverpool are looking and would break the British transfer record if they get the say so to buy Alexander Isak this summer. Before I carry on, big up Joanne, big up Sean, my man Sean in the chat as well. You're doing well, fella. Make sure you subscribe to Sean's channel as well. Sean, make sure you put your link of your channel in the live chat, my friend. Make sure you do that and subscribe to Sean's channel, guys. Much love to Sean being here. So, here's my views on this Isak stuff. Ben Jacobs broke the story today. Fabrizio Romano on his threads apparently said that Liverpool's dream summer transfer this year is still Alexander Isak. Got Dan. Although Verts is through the door, they still want Alexander Isak. Lewis Steele himself has said what he's heard from the club is that they still want a number 9, and the top of that list is Alexander Isak. So this rumour's not going away. Now, Newcastle don't need to sell Alexander Isak. This we know. Newcastle are in no rush to sell Alexander Isak. Although Newcastle are still sometimes a bit of a selling club. It looks like Liverpool might even go to Manchester City yet. Newcastle will sell players for the right price. But the right price for Alexander Isak is going to be a lot of money, guys. We're talking big up, Dan. We're talking about big up Pimp and big up Ravi. We're talking about 120, 130 million quid, which obviously is a lot of money. And any other time, I would say Liverpool ain't going to spend that money. Liverpool aren't going to spend that money for Alexander Isak. But the difference this summer is that we bought Wirtz for 100 million quid. We're in the market for that calibre of player. And something changes this summer. And here's the reason why I think Liverpool, if they get to say so, remember, guys, if Newcastle are that reluctant not to sell him and Isak doesn't feel like leaving Newcastle this summer, Liverpool are not going to make a transfer approach for Alexander Isak. It just ends there and we move on. Right? But Liverpool are going to buy a striker this summer. Liverpool go buy a number 9 this summer. And that striker is still going to cost money, guys. Even if we buy Ekatike, that's still going to cost 65, 70 million quid on top of what we've already spent. So a striker's coming into our football club this summer no matter what. Look, a lot of rumours are about Isak. I want it to be Isak. You guys want it to be Isak. We all want it to be Isak, yeah? I keep hearing so many rumours. There's a rumour going around right now from, I believe it's a Newcastle actual source. There you go. There's Sean's channel, guys. Guys, go and subscribe to Sean's channel. You know, he's a great friend of the channel. He's been here since day one. You know, he's got his own Liverpool channel now. Go and check it out, please. He's one of the community. He's a great guy, lovely man. Please go and subscribe to Sean's channel. Hit that link and go and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Bring up Michael. The war chest is real. And here's the thing I think we've got to think about this year, guys. This is something we should be thinking about. Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah have got 2 years left on their contract. There's the possibility after these 2 years, Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah leave the football club. Right? Liverpool, I believe, want 2 years, 2 players to come in that are going to be the next 2 superstars for Liverpool, right? So Liverpool gone and got Wirtz as a midfielder. So we are not going to replace Mo Salah with another kind of Mo Salah because they're not out there. We're not going to replace Virgil with another kind of Virgil because they're not out there. What Liverpool are going to do is replace the world stars with new world stars, but in different positions. So Liverpool have looked at it and looked at who's the best kind of attacking-minded midfielder in Europe who's available. Florian Wirtz. Liverpool went and got Florian Wirtz in. Liverpool need a striker, a high-caliber striker, that when Mo Salah leaves the football club, you don't have to replace Mo Salah the player because you've got the goals Mo Salah scored in a brand new striker. So you can go and get a right winger that can just be a quick dribbler that can take players on across the ball, yeah? Because you're not replacing like for like, because you've replaced other places in the pitch differently. And I believe this is what Liverpool and FSG are trying to do. FSG always want world stars. They always want them big star players in their team. And we're not stupid enough to go, right, Virgil's leaving. We need the next Virgil van Dijk. He ain't out there. The next Mo Salah's not out there. So what do? You look at other areas of the pitch. You look can look at the midfield area. Florian Wirtz, next superstar, next world star. We'd do it with him. 5-year deal. And that's why they might be looking at Alexander Isak. That is the reason why they might be looking at Alexander Isak. Because of that reason. He's a world star. He could be an absolute elite level player with Liverpool in the years to come, even when Mo's left and he takes over that mantle. But he's not Mo Salah because he's a striker. You know, and the money situation for Liverpool haven't spent no money in the last few years, yeah? Liverpool got a stack load of money piling up that they need to spend. And if you think about it, Liverpool's transfer total, I believe, comes up to 170 million this summer for Wirtz, Kirkes and Frimpong, yeah? 170 million total win, yeah? If Liverpool go to Newcastle and splash like 130 million pound on Isak, yeah? Say 130 million pound on Isak, right? That would be just over, 250 million or something mad like that, yeah? 300 million, sorry. That'd be a 300 million pound summer. But because we didn't spend no money last summer, over the last 2 years, it's basically £150 million spent in the last 2 summers. So mathematically, for FSG especially, because we know the way we like to do everything sustainably, that's still a sustainable transfer window. I know it sounds mad spending 300 million, but 300 million is a sustainable transfer window because Liverpool spent nothing the previous summer. So, in fact, to be honest, Liverpool have got far more money than that to spend if they wanted to. I believe Liverpool could spend up to 500 million this summer comfortably because they never spent anything the summer before. So it's still 300 million quid, and buying these players is actually still a sustainable Liverpool summer under FSG. So that's why I'm saying these transfers can happen. And Liverpool go sell players. We know Darwin's going. No matter where he is, what he's doing, he's leaving. We're going to get some money for Darwin, 40, 50 million. Yeah. You go feel either Robbo and Simicast or both Robbo and Simicast are both going to leave. Big up Vel in the chat as well, man. Hope you're doing well, man. Big up Vel. Big up Vel, man. Big up to you, man. And Jota might leave. You know, Harvey Elliott might leave. Quentin Kelleher's already left. You know, we're going to make money back. So, although we could buy all these players, you know, Wirtz, Frimpong, Kirkes, and maybe an Isak or another striker that we'll talk about in a minute. On paper, that looks like a mental summer. That's like the best summer Liverpool have had since we bought Allison and Co. in 2018, 2017 or whatever it was, yeah? But it's still sustainable because, in fact, Liverpool could probably spend £200 million more on that if they've really wanted to, because we never spent money the year before. Do you know? That's what I'm trying to say, guys. So it's still a sustainable summer in a weird kind of way. And we'll probably make half our money back as well. You know, I think Liverpool will probably look at a net spend of about £150 million this summer. If you work it out, guys, £150 million net is what Liverpool could have this summer. That's 150 million net over 2 summers. Work it out like that. So everyone's saying we can't afford to buy Alexander Isak. It's not true. It's actually not true. You know, because we didn't spend last summer. If we're selling half the money back that we're going to make this summer through wages saved and transfers, our net margins might be 150 million quid. So it's a sustainable summer, even though we got all them players in. This is why I'm trying to say Liverpool can afford to go and get Alexander Isak if we can. And I'm going to say this right now. I honestly believe Liverpool are going to attempt to buy Alexander Isak. Now, it's if Alexander Isak wants to move. Alexander Isak it might be mad. He might be happy at Newcastle. He might be in Champions League football with Newcastle. Newcastle apparently don't need to sell, although Newcastle ain't doing nothing in the transfer window of anything just yet, right? But Newcastle might make it really difficult, and Liverpool can't be drawn into a big transfer thing for a striker when Liverpool desperately need a striker. So they can't make it like last all the summer and go, get him. Like Liverpool have to make sure Newcastle and Isak. If Liverpool get because tapping up happens, guys. I know we don't like this word, but tapping up happens. Yeah, Liverpool will probably go contact Alexander Isak's agents and all that. If they find out, like with Florian Wirtz, as soon as Liverpool found out that there was a possibility Liverpool could buy Florian Wirtz, they bought him. We're hearing today, news has been coming out today that Liverpool have actually been speaking to Florian Wirtz since February behind the scenes. Emails, phone calls, all that behind the scenes stuff. Liverpool been speaking to Florian Wirtz since February this year. They got word a little bit later in the year, around April time, May time, that Florian Wirtz would like to join Liverpool Football Club. And as soon as Liverpool found that out, bang, they went for him because they saw it as a market opportunity that does rarely come up in the market. And I think that's what they're trying to do with Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak's market opportunity is there this summer. If Isak don't sign a new contract with Newcastle this summer, for me, he's available to go and buy. Now, I know this might be like a Liverpool fan speaking bad about it. Oh, Liverpool fans thinking they can buy anyone now. They can just come to Newcastle and buy Alexander Isak. Yeah, I do, because we're Liverpool Football Club. Look, Newcastle are a big team, but they're nothing. They're not even a patch compared to Liverpool Football Club. So, yeah, we're putting our big boy pants on for once. We're acting like the team that we are, the size of the club that we are. And we are doing that. We are putting our big boy pants on, and we believe we can get Isak out of Newcastle. What's wrong with that? Why have we got to be always friendly about this shit? Do you know what I mean? Big boy Liverpool, man. Why can't we go and get him? Why can't we go and get him? He's there. You're telling me Isak's going to... I don't think Isak's going to turn Liverpool down. Does anyone in the chat think that Alexander Isak is going to turn Liverpool down if Liverpool came in for him? Is Isak going to turn him down? Remember, Isak's what? 20, how old's Isak, guys, in the chat? How old's he in the chat? Does Alexander Isak think he's going to win the Champions League with Newcastle? Look, this might be me speaking bad on Newcastle, yeah? I'm not. I'm just being honest. Does Alexander Isak think he's going to win the Champions League with Newcastle, or does he think he's got a bigger possibility of winning everything with Liverpool? And what is he, 26? What is he, 25, 26? Alexander Isak, 25. 25, 26. This is what I'm saying. Big up Solo in the chat. Make sure you go and subscribe to Solo's channel as well, guys. You know, it's just, yeah, go and get him in. Go and get him in, guys. Seriously, if Liverpool have got a chance, big up my man Sean with the Endo love as well. Much love to Sean, man. Is he 25, guys? Yeah, he's 25 years of age, yeah? Isak turns 26 in December. There you go. You got to think of that as well. Is he going to stay at Newcastle for 3 years where they're on the periphery all the time? Are Newcastle going to break that duck? Are they going to win a league title? Are they going to win a Champions League? Or is he looking at teams like PSG and Liverpool and teams like that and going, I could win everything there if I go there, and they're at a bigger scale. My brand will be bigger. Everything about me will be bigger. I'll be, players think about that. Players think about their brands. They think about their brands. Is Isak's brand going to be as big as Newcastle as it is going to be at Liverpool? It's going to be massive at Liverpool. More eyes on him, more attention on him, more chance of winning things. I would love this to happen, guys. Honestly, I think exactly Solo. I think he would love to come to Liverpool, yeah, given the opportunity. And he does seem like a loyal person, Sean. I agree, man. He does seem loyal. But if he's given the opportunity to go to Liverpool and he takes it, I think Liverpool go for it. Look, is Newcastle going to make it easy? No. Is it going to be a lot of money? Yes. But as we just explained earlier, because of the 2 summers, Liverpool are actually still a sustainable summer, even if they go and get Isak weirdly. I can see Liverpool. Look, again, there's a lot of smoke. And when there's smoke, there's fire. There's too much of this going on social media between journalists and different media types about Isak. Paul Joyce said, I think Paul Joyce tweeted the other day when he spoke about the Kirkes transfer, that he said, Liverpool still want a striker this summer and Isak is still on the top of their list. Lewis still has come out and said what he's heard personally. He believes Liverpool, although it's difficult, want Alexander Isak. Fabrizio Romano in his threads has said this week, Alexander Isak is still Liverpool's dream transfer this summer, even though Florian Wirtz is here. These guys don't start saying all that if they've not heard something on the grapevine. They would have heard something on the grapevine to make them think that this is a possibility. Now, do I think we'll get Alexander Isak? I'm 35% that I don't. I think 70% of me still says he stays at Newcastle. Yeah, 70% of me says he still stays at Newcastle at this moment in time. So what's the other options? What's the other options for Liverpool Football Club in this transfer window? What can Liverpool look at in this transfer window? And I think the only other option Liverpool are looking at maybe Hugo Ekitike. Now I know Liverpool, and here's the thing with Ekitike, yeah. When you go and look at Ekitike's skill set and the way he plays is very like Alexander Isak. If you go and look at their stats, yeah, look at all the stats, the way they play, put it on a screen, yeah, and look at the data. The data will tell you the most like striker compared to Alexander Isak is Hugo Ekitike. And that's why Liverpool are looking at Ekitike. Because he's like Alexander Isak light. Do you know what I mean? He's the mini version of the actual player you could get. And again, even if we went for Ekitike, guys, that's going to cost us between 60 and 70 million quid. So again, it's still a lot of money going out on a striker next season. And I know a lot of people will talk about Ekitike's goal scoring record in Germany. What we've got to remember, this is the first season that Ekitike has really been the focal point of a striker. Big up my Uncle Rod's in the chat, man. Always love to my Uncle Rod's. Make sure you go and subscribe to Uncle Rod's TV as well. Please, 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 please. Moderators, put links in the chat for Solo's channel, K-Mac's channel, Uncle Rod's channel, and Sean's channel. All moderators, can you please do that for me, please? I'd appreciate it. My man K-Mac's in the house as well. Can we do that, please? I'd appreciate it. So he's there, and he's Ekitike. Ekitike is Isak light, yeah. But don't look at his goal scoring return, man. Don't get that. Look, there's been strikers. Timo Werner used to bang a lot of goals in Germany. Remember all the hype about Timo Werner in Germany? Like everyone's like, oh, Timo Werner. He's the next German superstar striker. You know, let's go. Everyone should be going to get him. And he eventually came to England and he's dog shit. Yeah. Probably, he's banging goals, good. Don't always go what they're doing. As I said, Ekitike's only been the focal point of the attack for about 6 months of his career. Yeah, Mamouche's the focal point of the attack before him. So he's only just become the focal point of an attack for a football team. So there's ability there with him. Yeah, he's raw, but I think he could do it well. Remember, Isak at Real Sociedad was doing well. Yeah, his numbers at Real Sociedad were very similar to Ekitike's numbers at Frankfurt, right? And then they go somewhere and they smash and they go and they become brilliant and world class. Now, I'm not sitting there and saying Ekitike could go world class or anything like that, but I do think there's a player there within Ekitike. The way he moves with the ball, the way he runs with the ball, he can dribble, he can take a player on, he can score a goal. He's very direct. There's a player there in Ekitike, he linked the play. There's a player there where I think if Liverpool got him with ability around him like a Mo Salah, like a Luis Diaz, who I think might stay at the football club now, with a Verts, with a McAllister, with a Gravenberch, with a Szoboszlai, with Frimpong's and Kirkes running down the wide area to the pitch. He's got to score bangs of goals, guys. He's got to score bangs of goals. So this is an interesting talk here. It's an interesting one. Let's see what you guys in the chat have said. Big up my man Alpha. He says Frankfurt have ruined it for the Ekitike deal to Liverpool with the price they put on him. If he was cheaper, I think Liverpool would go. But you can get Isak for not much more. And that's what I'm agreeing with. I think if Liverpool get a sniff that they can possibly get Alexander Isak, they go buy Alexander Isak. If Liverpool find out that they can't get Alexander Isak this summer at all, can't do it, I think their B option is Ekatike. I think at this moment in time, their A option is Isak, and their B option is Ekatike, and their C option is Osman. They're the three strikers Liverpool are looking at. Isak, Ekatike, Osman. It'll be one of them three, in my opinion. That one of them three will be Liverpool striker come the start of the season. Yeah, big up Solo, no worries, man. And look, I don't think Ekatike cost 100 million, guys. I think Liverpool will be able to get his transfer down a little bit. I think he'll be able to get their transfer down a little bit. But the fact that Liverpool haven't gone straight in for someone like Ekatike or a Benjamin Sesko or an Osherman or anything like that right now tells me that Liverpool might want Isak. That's what I'm looking at. Because why didn't Liverpool go and get Liam Delap at 30 million? Look, we know Liverpool of old, yeah, would have gone and snatched Liam Delap up for 30 million quid, right? Why didn't they? Why didn't they? Osherman has got a release clause of 60 odd million quid. I think it's 62 million quid. Why hadn't Liverpool just gone and done that? Gyökeres has got a release clause, of 100 million euros, right? Why haven't Liverpool gone and done that? Why haven't they gone and done that? Benjamin Sesko is around that 65 million, 70 million pound transfer price. Why ain't Liverpool gone and done that? Liverpool need a striker this summer, guys. Darwin Núñez is leaving our football club. I think Liverpool are edging their bets. And look, with everyone saying why are we talking about all this Isak stuff? There's no credible sources or anything like that. There was no credible sources when we bought Wirtz either. And that came out of nowhere. That the Wirtz stuff came out of nowhere. No credible sources. In fact, to give him his credit, the only person who said Wirtz could be joining Liverpool was Indy. Indy, in February, said Liverpool are talking to Wirtz. So that's what I'm saying. So although there's no credible ones right now, there was no credible stuff to Isak to Wirtz. And then when Wirtz actually happened, remember, we did this live. People didn't believe that Liverpool was speaking to Wirtz. I remember people in the chat were going, "No, we're not speaking to Wirtz. It's all PR." I mean, my man Scraps is in the chat. My man, he would tell everyone right now. We was in Scraps and me. We'll tell you right now. When we were talking to Wirtz, there was people in the chat saying, "No, this is just Liverpool FSG PR. We're not really in for Wirtz. He never really came over to Liverpool to be spoken to or anything like that." Yeah, right. And then you have Buying Spaces and Indy of all people saying, "No, this is actually true." And then it came out, and then we bought him. No credible stuff. And then bang, done. These transfers can happen. Why is no one else talking about Isak? I'm not sitting here saying we're going to get him, guys. Like Newcastle fans are must be pissed off with Liverpool fans today because it's all we've been speaking about, and I understand it. But you're telling me Liverpool aren't going to make that phone call? You're telling me Liverpool are not going to make that phone call to Newcastle? You know what I mean? It's just a madness. Of course Liverpool are going to make that phone call. If they rate Isak like that, if they rate Isak like we're thinking they rate him, like we're being told they rate him, and it's a dream signing, and they think they can go and get that transfer through, they go and do it for me. For me, they would actually make that call just to make sure. Look, is he available? And if they get told no, Liverpool move on. It's as simple as that. If Liverpool get told no, not this summer, Liverpool move on. It's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. No one knew we were talking to Wirtz. Nobody. And it came out, bang. talking to him, got the job done, got the player in. It's an interesting one. We've got to think like, do I actually think Alexander sitting here right now? Do I think Liverpool go get Alexander Isak? No, not right now. So I need to see a little bit more how this transfer goes and what Liverpool are looking at. Right, I'll be fair on this. I think there's more chance of Liverpool right now buying Ekatike, in my opinion. It looks like Benjamin Sesko is on his way to. Benjamin Sesko is on his way to what's his name, Arsenal. So I don't. Yeah, at this moment in time, if you go ask me who I think Liverpool go buy, I think Liverpool go buy Ekatike. But if they can, and if they get the answer, you know what, you can go and get him. Then if Liverpool can get Isak through the door, they will try and get him through the door. If they can't, they will go and get Ekatike, in my opinion. Although, yeah, Alex Crook, and that's good. Look, Alex Crook has been very bang on with all Liverpool transfer dealings this summer because they're good friends. He's good friends with Richard Hughes, so he knows a lot of the ins and outs. Yeah, it's fascinating, man. It's fascinating. I think there's too much talk as well, Ant, right now. It's a great point. I think we're all in, Jay. Too much talk. There is too much talk. There is too much talk. It's like when the Vert stuff started guys, it's like when the Vert stuff started to get a bit of steam and people started chatting about it, and then it became a reality. It does give me that kind of vibe right now that Liverpool are maybe all in on him. Yeah, so K-Mac, I can't actually. 1 second, hang on. Sorry, guys, I'm getting all these messages. Solo, yeah. The mods put it in the chat, man. So I'm getting all these messages. Let me just listen to say a minute. Right, let me just share this. Sorry, guys, I'm getting so many messages. Do apologise. Everyone's trying to get in touch. Right. I've never shared anything on here. Let's see if this works all right. Let me know if you can hear it, guys, okay? Let me know if you can hear it.
A number is going to help Liverpool be very aggressive in the market for a number 9. And Isak remains, like with Arsenal, to the dream target. But Liverpool feel there could be a window of opportunity in the coming weeks, even though we have to respect Newcastle and their position is still not for sale. Liverpool's perspective is it might be worth trying nonetheless. And what I'm told they're prepared to do, as they did with Wirtz, is offer Newcastle United a guaranteed £100 million and then a package overall that may even surpass the 116 million that Liverpool have agreed with Leverkusen for Wirtz. Naturally, Liverpool know that this is a difficult deal to pull off. Newcastle insiders insist that with UCL football, they hold all the cards. Isak is well paid and contracted, and maybe an offer only of over £150 million, even closer to 200 million, might change Newcastle's mind. But Liverpool may still try for Alexander Isak before moving on to another target. And the likes of Hugo Ekatike, Benjamin Sesko and João Pedro are also on Liverpool's list. Anthony Gordon remains a player of interest too. So if Luis Diaz departs for Saudi Arabia, that could be one to watch. They nearly agreed a deal with Newcastle 12 months ago, but Newcastle were then able to sell Elliot Anderson to Nottingham Forest and Yakuba Minter to Brighton, and that satisfied their PSR position, which meant that Gordon stayed. But there was a brief period of 2 or 3 days where Liverpool really thought Gordon would already be a Liverpool player. So still Liverpool active, big spending, even after Wirtz, and they haven't yet given up on Alexander Isak, even though they know it's a difficult deal to pull off.
Well, there you go. a difficult deal to pull off. And that's what we keep saying. It's going to be difficult to do this transfer. It really is. It really is. But as he says, there's other players there. And I think Ekatike will be the one. But I think Liverpool will attempt to try and get Alexander Isak. They go, look, the way Liverpool are looking at this summer, I believe what they're going to do, they're going to get in contact with Isak and go, is he gettable? Is Alexander gettable? Alexander Isak, is he gettable? What's the talk about? Is he signing a new contract? What's happening here? And if the answer is, we'll listen, but this is the price. This is the price. If you want him, go and get him. Gangadit saying it ain't happening, James. If we do, it'll be next summer. I think it'll be this summer or no summer, Gangadit, personally, because I don't think Liverpool go hang about. Liverpool need a striker. Look, do I think we're going to get Isak? No. But I think Liverpool will give it a try. I think Liverpool will probably end up getting Ekatike, personally. Yeah. Jella says, why are you lying? Why are we lying? About what, Jella? What are we lying about, my friend? What are we lying about? Let me know. I've just got a journalist talking about it, And if you've been listening since the start of the video, I did say I think Liverpool won't get Isak and get Ekatike. So I think it's going to be a bit difficult. But Liverpool can afford to buy him, because, as I keep saying, Liverpool spent no money last summer. Everyone forgets this. Liverpool only spent 10 million last summer, pretty much, yeah? This summer, if Liverpool spent 300 million quid this summer and they sell about 100 to 150 million pounds and have a net profit of 150 million pounds this summer, that's still sustainable because we spent nothing last year. So if you look at it, within 2 summers, our net profit would be 160 million quid over 2 summers. That's what Liverpool's net profit would be over 2 summers, although we bought all these quality footballers. That's why I'm saying this is still a sustainable summer, because in theory, Liverpool could spend 500 million this summer. This is what I'm trying to say. We need a striker. We're buying one. And they're going to cost money, guys. Osherman's got a £62 million release clause. Yeah. Benjamin Sesko is between 65 and 70 million quid. Ekatike is probably between 65 and 70 million quid. João Pedro would cost you 60 million pound upwards. So we're still going to spend big on a striker, even if it's not Isak. So, the striker market is what it is, guys. We can't. Yeah, Mo Chatra said today we can spend 700 million quite comfortably. And that's why I keep saying, Sean, I keep repeating myself here, but that's why if Liverpool spent over £300 million this summer, it's still crazily sustainable. And our wages are good as well, like Wayne says there, the wages scenario. Wirtz is only going to be on 200 grand a week. Kirkhead and Frimpong are probably not even going to touch 100 grand a week. It's all still in sustainability. I read the Paul Joyce article in the Times, and he said what Liverpool do, even if they have this ginormous summer, it's still sustainable because Liverpool will never go and break their structure. So it's crazy to think that we could buy maybe an Isak, maybe an Ekatike, maybe an Osherman as a striker, with a Wirtz, a Frimpong and a Kirkes and all these players and wages and all that, and it's still sustainable because it's not as much as we could have spent. This is what I'm trying to say. It's possible it can be spent. It's not like Liverpool spent 300 million last year and spending 300 million this year, and having a 600 to 700 million pound net over 2 summers, that's not happened. We're going to spend over 300 million pound this summer, or close to 300 million pound this summer, and probably have 150 million pound net over 2 summers with buying all these players. It's not as crazy as you guys think it is. It's not as out the realms as you guys think it is. It's not out the realms, guys. It's not out the realms. Now, the Isak story is going to stay here till someone, till a journalist or a David Ornstein or anyone comes out and goes, you know what, Liverpool Isak is not happening. We won't talk about it, yeah? But at this moment in time, why can't we talk about it? We can have discussions. Do I believe we're buying Isak? Not at this moment in time. I still think Liverpool will buy Ekitike. That'll be the striker we have. Ekitike will be Liverpool's striker for me next season. And I think he'll do a great job. But people are saying that we can't afford Isak. It's just not true. Again, Liverpool can spend 130 million quid on Isak, have a 300 million pound summer transfer window, sell around 150 million pounds worth of other players, and have a net profit over 150 million over 2 summers. It's extremely possible. Massively possible. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's these mad windows. Got money. Money's there to burn at the moment. It's interesting. It's a really interesting conversations at this moment in time. Robbo might leave. Simicast might leave. Harvey Elliott will probably leave. One of our centre-backs might leave yet as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nunes is going to leave. Chiesa's going to leave. Liverpool making money back. You know what I'm saying? This is huge. Don't expect this every summer, guys, obviously. Do you know what I mean? I think, as we keep saying, Liverpool desperately want Isak. If they can't get him, they've got plan B, plan C, and plan D on the wall. And they'll look at it and go, right, let's get plan B in. Let's get plan C in. All right? Liverpool will get a striker, guys, in my opinion. And as I said, I believe it's either going to be Ekitike, Isak, or Osherman. They're the 3. I think Benjamin Sesko, as I said, is going to Arsenal. I don't think Gyökeres at this moment in time. Yeah, Gyökeres. The way I think Sporting Lisbon have fucked up Gyökeres' sale. Because he's got a release clause but a gentleman's handshake. Now Sporting are going back on the gentleman's handshake. So it's really hard to deal with Sporting Lisbon. So that's why I don't think Gyökeres is going anywhere at the moment. Well, I wouldn't be shocked if Gyökeres actually stays at Sporting Lisbon next season, Big up to K-Mac. Big up K-Mac. K-Mac, you haven't got I don't think you got your redirects on, man. I tried to redirect, but your channel doesn't come up. So, guys, when I finish here in a minute, everyone go over to K-Mac's channel because he's going to be live as well. Once John's pills wear off, we'll return to normal spending levels. Yeah. Boxing straight talk coming with the juice, man. Liverpool are a shit club. Fuck off. Big up boxing straight talk. As you're saying, that was straight talk right there, my friend. Very straight talk. Boxing straight talk. Who do you support, man? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know you support, man. Yeah, Julian Alvarez was my main target as well. I just think he's not gettable at all. Yeah, the Oshman links are... Do you know the Oshman links are a weird one, yeah? The Oshman links are a weird one because... yeah, they're weird because he's turned down Saudi. He wants to stay in Europe. He doesn't look like he's going to stay at Napoli. I don't know. I don't know with the Oshman stuff. He's available. Yeah, go for it, Scraps. Go for it. Do it now, mate. Yeah, the Osherman links are there. Yeah, the Osherman links are there. Can Liverpool get him? I think his wage demands are a bit of a myth. I think he's on like 170 grand a week at the moment. Is Osherman. So I think you can still get him for a good price. Doing well, Gary. Big up, man. Big up, man. That's a great comment. Boxing straight talk didn't learn defence. Big up, Lauren, in the chat as well. How you doing? Well, Lauren. Yeah, I hear it, man. I hear it. I think it's going to be one of them two, Gangandy, if we don't get Isak, personally. Jamie Boxing channel will be up in August, bro. Big up, Scottish Bear. Once your channel goes live, man, give me the link and we'll share it out and we'll get you subscribers straight off the bat, man. Straight off the bat. More like boxing sissy talk. Oh, look, rivals are going to come in here and do their thing. Look, rivals don't usually come into my chat because I'm not that kind of channel where I get a lot of rivals coming in talking shit. But because Liverpool is successful now and they're buying and stuff like that, you're seeing the difference in rivals now, aren't you? They're coming in, they're talking their shit, they're getting personal. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. If anyone watched Trent defending today, it was hilarious. Trent's defending today was absolutely hilarious. It's the funniest thing I've seen in ages. Got cooked. Absolutely cooked. I can never understand why rival fans watch each other's channels. Why would I watch United City channels? It's bizarre. Yeah, the only time I watch rival channels is if my friends are on them channels. I've got Man City friends, like LB. I watch LB's channel sometimes because he's a friend. So, yeah. But otherwise, apart from that, no, I wouldn't even go into a rival's channel. What's the point? It's weird, ain't it? Weird behaviour. Yeah, the head loss has already started. Double A, to be fair, man, they're already losing it. They're already losing it. Yeah, he got cooked up by the Saudi wingers, Lauren. He got cooked up by the Saudi wingers, and apparently the Spanish commentators were screaming to substitute him at half time. That's a rumor. I don't know if that's completely true. It's just a rumor I've heard. But apparently the Spanish commentators are screaming for him to be substituted at halftime. AFT meltdowns are good. Yeah, we all do that for AFT. You know, AFTV, most of their subscribers are rival subscribers. Jamie, can you check LFC Shankly's text up a good bit? I'll see if it's real. LFC Shankly, where? What did he say? Hang on. Big up my man LFC Shankly every time. Let me see if I can find it. Well, in the chat, was it? Did you say something in the chat? LFC Shankly, if you just put something in the chat, put it again, man, because I can't see it because the chat's going mad. Big up, Scraps. The chat's going mad, so whatever LFC Shankly put up, if he puts it again, would be good, man. Yeah, so tomorrow, guys, big up on Coppish, man. Make sure you're there. Let me just get my big up channel up on the screen for you guys. I want you guys to go and subscribe to my big up channel. It's going to be mad. Let me get my big up channel up. Share screen. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. So, guys, that's my big up channel right there. If you could subscribe to my channel on Big Up, that'd be fantastic. That'd be great. 446 members there right now. I'll put the link in the live chat. This is the place where you can only find myself and the Vibes with Coppish show. My Vibes with Coppish show is on Big Up only. The link is in the live chat right now. make sure you go and check it out. We'll be live tomorrow night at 10:30 after the football. So 10:30 tomorrow night. Hit that link. Go to my Big Up channel. Subscribe to it. Yeah, that's where you can find up the Vibes with Coppice show over there. It's a great Big Up's a great community to be in as well. So go and check it out. And if you've already subbed as well, big up to you, beautiful people. Big up Dave. He says, "Can we can afford to pay for the two of them? Money is there." Exactly, man. The cash is there. The money's there. As I keep saying, we spent nothing last summer. If we spend 300 million this summer, it's 150 million over 2 summers. That's how it's split into. And if we make sales this year of like 100, 150 million, it's 150 million net over 2 years. Liverpool can afford that easy. It's still sustainable, as Liverpool like to be, but just doing it on a higher level. We can do this shit, man. Oh, this is the wing play stuff. Yeah, so it gets a lot of stuff right and wrong. You know, these ITKs, some of them are good, some of them are bad. At the moment, the best ITKs ain't Indy, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Indy's at the moment the best. Indy's the best, man. Trust. But guys, look, I'm going to leave it there. I said I'd only do a little video just to talk to you guys. I'm going to get out of here now. I can't redirect to KMac because for some reason KMac's got his redirects off. But KMac is going live at 7:30, guys. So please, everyone, go over to KMac's channel, watch him at 11:30. And everyone, the link is in the live chat. Please go and subscribe to my Big Up channel. 10:30 tomorrow night on Big Up. Myself and the Coppish boys. Thank you very much, guys. You've been wonderful yet again. What a great chat.